Welcome, everyone. I'm Jane. Nice meeting you. And today, thank you for joining us for today, and welcome all of you to the third sessions of R&D Career Talk in Korea. For those joining us for the first time, this is a series where researchers share their real career story and experience in Korea. Before we begin, I'd like to briefly introduce this seminar series organized by the KIRD. This program is designed to support international researchers in Korea by sharing practical insights on research and career and also their life in Korea. And don't forget, there is one event after this session. So at the end of today's seminar, we have prepared a special session on the visa and residency transition. So if you want to know more about the visa and the residency related, please stay after finishing of this seminar. Then you will listen more information about that. We hope many of you will stay. Okay, let me briefly introduce myself. I'm Jane, and I'm interculturalist and will be a moderator for session today. And I'm teaching culture, especially in the field of the working and business culture. So if you have any question during this session, you also can ask about the culture as well. And now I would like to introduce today's panelist and our speaker. Okay, so let me start with introduction about Hanan. Hanan, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Hanan Haj Mohammed, and I am from Algeria. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, and I hope you enjoy today's session
I'm so
together.
excited.
Okay, so now I'd like to introduce our speaker. Okay, so now we have together with Padmanaban, sorry.
Right, yeah.
Dr. Potts. Yeah, so Dr. Pot. So welcome, and thank you for being our speaker today. And he is business development and the researchers in Sujeon Tech, and also postdoctoral degree in the researchers from Seoul National Universities and PhD from Kyunghee University in biotechnology. And also he was a researcher in Myungji University. So now I'd like to invite our today's speaker, Dr. Potts.
Yeah, okay. Great. Thank you for the invite, and I feel great to be here. And I thank KIRD for giving this opportunity to share my experiences and my career here. So yeah, maybe let me get into my slides without any delay. So this is me. This is about me, and I come from India. I'm an Indian. I'm actually come from a place called Tamil Nadu in India. So this the yellow part is my native place. It's Tiruchirappalli. So this is where I belongs to, and I would like to call Korea is my second home because I'm living here since 2011. I came for my PhD here. So to briefly introduce my career, so I studied biotechnology both in my bachelor's as well as in master's. Master's is where I studied like St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli, one of the oldest institutions in India. It's more than 175 years old. So this is where I belongs to. That is the foundation for my career. And that career pushed me to choose my next stage of my field. Yeah. And after I finished my master's degree, I went on to study advanced diploma in molecular diagnostics. So that is a unique program, and those days initiated by the Department of Biotechnology in India. So it's a fully government funded program, a 1-year diploma course. And then I started to look beyond India to establish my career in the field, biotechnology field. So I was searching opportunities to do PhD. And fortunately, I get into a PhD in Myungji University. So that's my first university, Myungji University in Yongin. So I still remember the memory. I just took a bag and then come to Korea. So that was like this. In 2011 is my first entry to Korea. And I have done 3.5 years of research in Myungji University. And then I moved from Myungji University to to restart my career in again a PhD from Kyung University. And I successfully completed my degree in 2019 in Kyung. During this years, I got a couple of awards. One is for the highly cited research paper award, as well as I got a travel grant to move to an international congress in plant sexual reproduction. So that was in Japan. So after that, I backed some many best presentations in oral presentation or poster presentation for my research. And after that, I started my next stage of career as a postdoctoral researcher in Seoul National University. So that field is a little different than what I have done. It's about a genomics laboratory, but I did a molecular study in genomics lab. So it's in a Plant Genomics and Research Institute, Breeding Research Institute. And during those 3.5 years, I published a couple of papers, and one of the paper got get me an Young Scientist Award by Korean Plant Biology Society. So that was a honor for me during my postdoctoral researcher. And from there onwards, the switch happened from academy to industry. So I become a customer support application scientist in a small startup called Genus. So it's here. So that's my first entry. So this Genus Bio is another lab, actually another company founded by Genus. So I was setting up R&D over there and then setting up a R&D lab. So this is very interesting experiences because I worked with the Korea Biobank project. So our company was interested to do some genomic extraction, DNA, RNA extraction. So we were like a suppliers for some of the diagnostics lab. So I get a great chance to get to many diagnostic lab at top. They usually call big 5 diagnostic labs in Korea. So I get to train the customers to do the extraction with the instruments and so on. After that, 2 years is done. Then I look beyond the career of customer support and application. I moved to become a business development manager in Sujintech, the current company what I'm here right now. Sujintech is one of the top 5 companies which were successful in COVID time diagnostic companies, and one of the top 3 companies in allergy diagnostics. So I'm working with allergy diagnostics and other stuffs in Sujintech. And now this is a business field, business development field. So I have to develop some business in the Asia region. I belong to Asia Oceania team. So I develop business in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal markets for Sujintech. So this is a brief intro about my career. And these are the universities where I have done. So I don't want to miss any of this. I put all of them. So Bharat University here, and this is my foundation stone laid in St. Joseph's College. That pushed me to get into research. So I never forget that experiences. Okay, so this is a very interesting question. So choosing a career in PhD. When you become a PhD researcher, it's not always smooth. It's a highly stressful job and always agitation. Always you need to be prepared for the worst scenarios. So it all depends on the timing and the place where you are in, and you need to have a bit of luck to get a PhD career, to get a successful PhD career. So fortunately or unfortunately for me, I always face a rough wave in the PhD ocean what I belongs to. So that's why I moved from Myeongji University to Kyung University. Myeongji University, the reason why I chose Myeongji University, why I started a career in Myeongji University is that the field which I choose to do PhD was very interesting. So I done basically a neuroscience research in master's degree. In India, we do a 6 months course of project submission. So I did a neurodegeneration research, and from there, I moved to do a nucleus research in the plant nuclei. So it's like a nuclear dynamics of a protein from nucleus to nucleolus. So that excited me. So that's why I applied to this area. And again, this is a different field. I moved from neuroscience to plant science. So this is a plant field, plant biotechnology. So this is very rough. You know, you transiting from one field which you are familiar to another field is a challenge always. So I have been gone through this challenge throughout my career. Until my high school stage, I was doing my mother tongue study, and from high school to higher secondary for 2 years I studied to the English medium, so full English. So from moving from mother language to English medium is another challenge, and from there onwards degree from the field which I know to the unknown field. So for someone, it may be a calm sea, it may be very smooth passage during the PhD period, and then they get what they aim for, and they achieve what they look for. So it's like a predictable academic journey for some people, but for many, including me, it's relatively rough. So highly stressful, and sometimes you don't find answer for that. So it's like a chaos. So element of success in PhD is that all your career growth depends on timing, how you adapt yourself, adaptability, and how you navigate all the dynamics or all the struggle you get. So that's very important in terms of getting a PhD career. Everybody asks a question, should I do a postdoc or is it necessary? So what is a postdoc is all about? Unlikely I get to understand what is postdoc is all about after my 1 year of postdoc experiences. Like everybody, I want to do a postdoc which which enhances my career. But here is the glitch. So during my postdoc degree, or when I started to think about doing my postdoc, so I decided that I am missing some part of science in me, some point of research in the directions in me. So I choose postdoc, which I don't know about this field. So I know that I am strong in molecular biology, or I can do molecular stuffs, but I want to do something which is which is future oriented, like a genomics part. So I want to focus my career to become a molecular guy who can do genomics or who can do genetic study. So in terms of animal or plant field. So again, it is an extension of my PhD degree. So I want to do some plant experiences, genomic experiences. So luckily, I found this lab in the way. Why I say lucky? Because it aligns with where I study my PhD. The same plant, I did a genomics degree. But to anyone, postdoc can help you in choosing your PhD work. If your PhD work is very narrow, if you want to widen up your research, or if you want to get a broader exposure, for example, in my postdoc experience, I worked with not only with one plant, I worked with 3 or 4 different plants, 4 different projects. So this is kind of broadening the exposure of yourself to get into apply the same field in different subjects, so that you get an idea. So broaden your experiences or expose yourself, and you want a time to think independently, because as a postdoc you are required to think out of the box and think independently, and you need to everybody expects that you need to solve the problem. Don't bring the questions or don't bring any trouble. So that time to think independently during postdoc time is the time where you can decide your career. How do you want to fix your career? So before jumping into any delivery driven work. So, and the third choice where you can choose is that your profile is not getting tractions, which means, for example, in myself, when I take myself, I felt like my PhD is very less career oriented. So I want to fix my career. So I want to make my profile stronger. So that's why I get into postdoc. So this will also fix you that one. And if you are looking during the postdoc time, when you are start to think that I am not an academic guy, I want to look into industry role, and this is a time where you can focus your research as well as develop your mindset to become an industry oriented roles. And fourth important question, being in a foreign land, visa and timing, or getting all those stuffs, it also matters. So that is also you can do with when you do a postdoc. So it makes a most practical option. And in these cases, a postdoc reduces perceived risk. It gives you a space to mature scientifically, also as a personal, what you want to achieve in your career. when a postdoc may not help. So this is also you have to know. After all, the money matters, the finance matters. What you do, yeah. You need to accept the reality that postdocs will not pay you much, or academic career will not pay you much. As I said earlier, if you are passing through a rough career, it may not work you well. So money matters during the postdoc time. So if you think, okay, I'm not earning sufficient, or it's not financially strong, or what I can do with that, then you can think of your PhD as well as your postdoc, align that one towards the industry goal, industry related problems, or start like how I can solve this result oriented research, or to develop this research to become a product. So that is also very good help. It will be very good helpful for you, and it may not help you when you don't enjoy your academic research, because end of the day, research is the joy. Research is the continuous thirst, continuous searching to find a solution. So if you think your excitement level goes down, and if you think you cannot look future, or you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, then it is the time where you have to switch over your career from postdoc to industry, or whatever you would like to decide. And you are ready for structured and team-based work. If you think, okay, I'm ready for the team-based work, because in the industry, everything works with a team. So you will be handed a solution, or you will be handed a problem, and you need to find a solution. So each individual of the team works with a different solution or different problems. So you need to think how to achieve common answers from a different mistakes. So if you think that you are eligible, or you are ready for the structured environment, go to the industry job. I will put or reframe the question from should I do a postdoc or not, to what gap I'm missing, and how I can try to fix before I end getting into an industry level, or before I get into a corporate culture. So if it's skills, confidence, or timing, if that's what you are looking for, a postdoc may help. Or it's a fear or default thinking of you in your research, the postdoc may not help you. So this is the time where you can decide whether I should do a postdoc, or I can use a postdoc to fill my missing links or career. Then you can decide further. So actually, there is no universal right answer. It all depends on individuality. To get a clarity how I can navigate my career, so that can save you many years in postdoc. So there are certain skills to enter into industry from after a PhD or postdoc, which actually gets you a doorstep to the industry level. So this is what worked for me. So I listed out the basic skills which you require. You get organized yourself to a company environment, not by organizing the stuff, but to a company environment, or get your mindset to ready into a corporate culture. That's more important, because as an academic, everybody start to think by themselves, their own project. But if you get into a corporate culture, it's a teamwork. So start to work as a team, or start to think in a team-based mindset. Think in terms of product-based research. Everybody do the basic research, or a research which can lead to a certain solution. So somebody might have asked, like, I did a lab-based research or lab-based product development, how I can scale up to an industry level. So there's a common question everybody asks. So if you are looking for an industry level scale up, then you need to tie up your project with the industry. You need to tie up your project with the guys who are actually working on that. That's you need to find out. So that's how your PhD and postdoc career will help you. And try like a fast or goal oriented or deadline oriented research. So if you are thinking that if you can develop these skills during your postdoc time, so that's actually helpful for you to getting into industry. Out of all, the most important thing is that networking and communications. You need to be an extrovert. Being an introvert doesn't help you. This is the thing which matters most. And I feel some of the researchers are very much introvert. They don't speak a word. So, but you need to express yourself. You need to expose yourself to a world where everybody start to look at you. So being an extrovert is a very important aspects to get into a corporate culture. So why PhD and postdoc experience helps? Because you are academically strong, because you know how to solve a problem. You already know a resource, and everybody start to think, oh, this PhD guy or this postdoc experience guy have something in him which you have to brought to the company culture. So this is the one important aspects. The training to grow across different avenues of science and management, that is a very vital thing. During my master's degree, my head of department used to say, I want to become a people management guy. So he was almost about to retire, but he wanted to do a management course or training to become a people manager. So that's very important, to manage a group of people. So people management is very important. Try to learn science along with management skills, like how you can manage a certain group. We have a big group of Indians. We have many communities of Indians here. So which actually helped me in shaping myself to become a good people manager as well as to become an extrovert. So get into these kind of groups. It relieves in you in two aspects. It relieves your stress. You meet a lot of people, and it helps you for networking. So I see that role, a community role, as this way of doing the stuffs. In the toughness of PhD guy, the rigid mindset of PhD guy is also helpful for a corporate culture. Corporate culture is not easy. It's a stressful job. It's not because you work towards a goal. You work towards a target. So it's always stressful. Every time the line is not straight. So you always goes up and down. It goes 360 degree, minus 360 degree, and you need to come up everything. So it's always stressful job. So translating from academic value to an industry value, it's also a very important stuffs where you can have a deep domain knowledge, specialized expertise in specific subfields, and you become an independent thinker. That's what the postdoc experience helps. As a postdoc, you are an independent thinker, you are a problem solver, and it become open-ended timeliness, like it can export your discovery to a curiosity. So I said, if you lost curiosity, science is not your field. So you need to move from the curiosity, you need to move from the science field. So how you can adapt these knowledges, the academic baseline, to corporate adaptations? You can organize and structure workflows in, as I continuously saying, product-based and team collaboration, and fast and deadline-proven approach. These are the very important thing. So ultimate trajectory is that PhDs who pair domain depth with networking communication rise rapidly to become a research heads, division heads, and business unit leaders. As a corporate culture, as an industry-oriented person, they don't prefer a PhD or postdoc to become a management role guy. But they prefer you when you have or apply these knowledges to a management field. Just like me, as a customer support guy, I entered into a corporate culture as a customer support application scientist field. And then from there onwards, I started to interact with the people and then get to develop these management skills or business development skills. You know, I did a domestic technical sales or kind of domestic field. And then that experiences helps me to the industry field. Now I'm doing international business. Again, it is a two sides of a pole. So you can see you can look into a domestic field to an international approaches. International approaches is totally different. What they look in you is that how you can deliver your knowledge to the corporate culture or to the field which you are working, and then how you can boost that sales or boost that company to become a next level growth. So that's what they are looking into it. Everybody in the company may not be a PhD guy. So he's predominantly supplied with a bachelor or master's guy. So if they want to prefer you as a research head or as a researcher, a team leader, you need to have some skill set, some sort of skill set to imply them that I can do this one. In other words, simply put, you are in Korea, if you're looking in Korea or wherever domestic field, wherever you are watching from, learn the basic knowledge. Learn the domestic language. That's most important thing. So if you don't know the domestic language, what they speak, then you cannot get into any corporate life, any companies. That's for sake. So what I can do after getting into academy and then move into corporate life, and what I can do with the next step. So you can be an entrepreneurship. You can decide your own company. You can start up. You can do a startup, or you can do everything, because you have a research knowledge. You have you know how to develop a product or how to understand the product, and you also know how to sell this product. So you can become you can become CEO by yourself, or you can make an ecosystem, or you can support an ecosystem building. You can support other guys, other startups to develop from the knowledge skill set what you have, and you can bridge the gap between academic to industry, or you can ask the young guys, like academic guys, to become a industry oriented persons, or start to ask them to think industry oriented goal driven approaches. So you can be academicians as well. So you can have a strategic advisory board member in terms of in corporate boards which lacks a research experience guy, or in venture funds which lacks a research experience guy. You have a both aspects. You can think in both ways. Research wise, if this will give you a result, or this will give you a product approach, or it will give you a better business or not, then you can start to think these ways. So these are the aspects which it can help you in terms of becoming a academician to a industry oriented guy, and what you can look after the next step. So how you can navigate your career pivot. So you identify the gaps, what you miss in your career. You fulfill all those gaps, and eventually you need to start hit the door. Always start bang the door every time. You need to upgrade your skills. Otherwise, nothing will work. So gone are those days. They say in IT field, you need to keep upgrading your skill to become a better programmer or a better IT employee. But it's not applicable only to IT. Now everybody has to upgrade their skills. Otherwise, it's you will be missed. Now, as a after all those research, now I'm learning how to do with the AI. So AI is the field. Yeah, you need to accept the reality. Otherwise, you will be easily replaced. Now, I know a company which has a 150 team member who do a process, and after they develop all the process, they transfer everything to AI. Now AI is doing all these 150 people been replaced. Easy. It's a corporate life. This is IT life. So you need to adapt yourself to become to adapt yourself to a new technology always, and you need to understand the language. I study plans for those days. Now I'm start to refine my language in diagnostic fields and learn new stuffs. So yeah, you need to understand, or you need to get an expertise to thrive in the chaos situation. That's most important. Being a PhD or postdoc experienced researchers. Yeah, with this, I think I explained most of the things, and thank you, and I'm very happy to take questions. I missed a valid point here. Being successful or getting into a successful career is not easy without the help of a family. My family was so supportive in all those things, all those years where I've been here, and even during my PhD, it's not about a failure in PhD. It's about how my wife supported me to the next stage of career. And after that, to get into an industry, I also get her support. It's about networking. So she was networking in her lab, and then she supported me to get into a company. So
your wife was a researcher?
Yeah, she was a researcher. Yeah. Now she's now trying to switch over the job. Yeah, so it's all family support also matters in terms of this. Yeah, beyond networking.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the insightful presentation, and also a lot of tips that we could hear. And maybe further, we deep dive into the question and answer time. Okay, now we will move on to the panel discussions. Yeah, so we already received some of the questions, and among those questions, we selected several questions that hasn't been covered during the during the presentation. So now let's move on to the first questions. Okay, it's a question from one of the participants here. So looking back, was your postdoc really worth it for moving into the industry? Does the industry see this postdoc experience as a real work experience or just an extension of the PhD?
This is what I have mentioned. It's how you look this one. So I see postdoc as a place where you can fill your gap, the missing gap, what you have. But when you come to industry, they don't actually prefer a postdoc, but they prefer a postdoc when you are getting into a research area where a product-oriented research is coming. So that in those times, in those conditions, postdoc experience helps. So it's like the double-edged sword. It's like how the company looks you as a candidate. So as a candidate, if the company is looking, oh, this guy, I can put him into this field, and he will deliver a product because he has an experience of all these things. Yeah. So in the real situation, postdoc experience also helps, but sometimes it is overweight. Yeah. It depends on the positions where you get into it. So you need to be wise in choosing the career path, or wise in choosing the job you are applying for.
So this means that even you have some kind of those postdoc research experience, but if it is not relevant to your career, still it will just keep as one of the knowledge only.
Yes, one of the knowledge. So for example, in my case, when I do a postdoc, so it helped me to understand a different knowledge what I missed in PhD and other career. So now I combine all my degrees, master's, diploma, diagnostic diploma, PhD, strangeness, and postdoc, combined together, apply in the field right now where I'm in.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's become a knowledge, extra knowledge.
This kind of a pivoting of different kinds of things can be seen as very fragmented, and then it makes you feel like you are not like expertise in single major. Then makes you feel kind of insecure on this kind of a job searching.
Yeah.
I think so, but it becomes a very good knowledge basis, those who can integrate all these things.
Exactly. You need to integrate everything. So even if it is out fragmented, so you have a base knowledge which you can apply in all the fields. So that's how I look. So even it is fragmented, how you are integrating everything into a field where you are working right now. So that matters. So easily, if people say like I apply in the same field where I do my postdoc or PhD, sometimes it helps you, sometimes it is overweight. People don't prefer you like this. People may prefer a master's guy than a postdoc guy who done the same work. Yeah.
Especially in the industry, because there is not only research basis. They may need to have a very superficial information about some kind of specific area, and then maybe compared to the postdoc or the PhD level, that knowledge is just a simple knowledge. But those who are only as a working in office or leadership, maybe that they don't have that knowledge. But those who coming from the different field, definitely that knowledge can input into their commercialization or problem solving.
Exactly,
That must be very high value added point. That as a
product-based research always helps. So if you are working for a product-based research or goal-oriented research, if the company is looking that how I can commercialize this product, then with your knowledge, you can apply this. You do a slight modification, you can become a successful commercialized product. So yeah, these ways the company will look you.
So you need to see, you need to have some eyes that how monetize this one, this knowledge into the industry.
Money matters.
Yeah, money matters. Yeah. Great. So are you ready for this?
Actually, I have some ideas about this. So I think depends on the major. Like based on my major, I'm also from a STEM major and I am PhD student. So I think if I will do a postdoc degree, if I will use some technical kind of thing, maybe the company will like need me to practice it when I have work. But if it's just like literature review kind of research during your postdoc,
Right.
I think it's hard for you to
Yeah,
get
because-
job using this
Right,
postdoc.
because some companies also look to apply for grants to develop a new product. So in those kind of companies, people with postdocs, they help a lot because they write independently grants. They know the experience of writing grants, and then they apply for the project. And maybe they may have a team of individuals who need support from a guy who is lacking or who is having that expert knowledge or expert technique. They can improve. They can hire them directly.
I also heard that some of the project in a company, if they want to have some kind of a grant or funding from a government, they definitely need to have somebody PhD or some
Exactly.
expertise person.
Genes Bio is like that.
Ah.
Yeah, that's why they hired me. So it's the chance, like,
Oh,
what they are looking in you and how you are adapting yourself
I
to that.
see.
Yeah.
Genes Bio was one of that kind of
So
company.
I would like to I would like to say something about on this point. It's very important, I think. Many people, not only the non-Korean talent, global talent, all the Korean also job seeker are pursuing the job to get a job in a very big company, Samsung or LG or all these things. But those actually have enough those PhD or something expertise. So this means even they have a lot of people and job there maybe, but that is not some kind of niche market for them to get a job, right?
Yeah.
So as non-Korean or global talents, or if you are PhD and have some expertise in some field, definitely this is a kind of opportunity to get on the additional career on your side, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that will be very good to take a look, not only in a big company, take a look many different industries.
fields, yes, many different
Like medium-sized companies are overlooked by
Medium-sized
foreigners.
startups, people don't consider that.
Look at that.
But actually, they do a good job. They do a foundation stone for a big company to step in.
And also you can be a head like you did.
Yeah.
And you can be a leader.
In leaders, in R&D or something. In Genes Bio, my boss knows some of the research because he did the research, but he don't know how to develop this one. So I become an R&D leader. So we usually discuss and develop something. We can do this way. I don't know the industry knowledge. I don't know how to commercialize, but he knows that. So we co-work.
Very good.
We combine together. Yeah. So this is what company looks in you. What you deliver to the company. What is the return of interest?
What gap you feel?
Yeah.
But frankly speaking, till now, I haven't seen any of the managing global talent researchers in big company.
Okay.
So this means maybe they haven't grown it up to that level yet, or maybe in the competitions with the other Korean researchers, or then maybe they have some kind of a disadvantage.
Yes, because the disadvantage comes with the language basis.
Yeah, language and maybe some other
management,
also?
documentation, and everything. I know my friend who worked
And
with
networking.
I know because it needs for the domestic company networking. You need to pass through the
the
product.
client, the talk, and all these things. Your background of the.
So my friend was working in one company he was hired as a team leader, but he cannot speak Korean well. He cannot make the document. But his job is that he need to communicate internally as well as with the external sources. So external sources will be domestic market, all the Korean people. So you need to communicate with them. So they put him as a research head in the team, and they hire one more guy over him
to complement of these two.
So that's why local language, knowing local language helps you matters. That's most important.
Local language is the most important. Basic things to develop yourself.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more time he highlighted. Okay, let's move on to the second question. What types of industry roles can PhD graduates apply for, or which roles specifically require a PhD?
Roles specifically required by a PhD, maybe an R&D guy or R&D team leader. Just now I spoke about that. So because different ways of setting up a protocol or develop something into a new product, or you may fill some missing gaps, what they look for. So those roles, maybe a PhD guys can be helpful. And what was the other question? I forgot. What was the other question?
Specifically, any which industry specifically
Yeah,
require?
yeah. So any roles which specifically require? Frankly speaking, not many.
Not many.
Yeah. R&D is the one, but
Bad news.
which they look for it.
Very
It's
narrow.
narrowed down because when you do a PhD, it become a narrow down. It does not mean that you should not do PhD for an industry, but the industry also looks for a PhD guy. For example, like me as a customer support or application scientist, if a PhD guy talking about support, customer support, customers will listen because I'm a PhD, I know a language. Yeah, even my current role, business development researcher, I'm also doing research of how to explain our products scientifically to all our customers. So we often, whenever a new customer comes from another country, they always want to be first. You talk them, you train them. So I train them with all the reagents, how the basics phenomena work and everything. And then after I set up them, then the business jumps in. Yeah, so this is what the company looks in you when you have a PhD. And this is the guys with the PhD value for. Because you have a degree, and when you have a degree and spoke to the customers or spoke to the clients, then they will listen because you have a
That's true.
degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A PhD, doctors, we things. Even I know a little bit about something, and I think I know better than others. But once a PhD say
Yeah.
something,
You agree.
maybe you are
You agree.
you
that,
are
yeah.
correct,
Yeah.
not me.
Yeah, you agree that. Yeah.
This is a very general thinking in Korea, so I cannot deny
No,
that.
this is true because being a PhD or guys with a lot of research experiences, as I said before, there's a random of knowledge and then specialization as well comes inside. So they can integrate all the knowledge what they have gained so far. And then when they support all the languages to a customer or client to explain a problem, then they understand, then they listen as well. Yeah.
In here, I can see that the communication skill is also kind
Very
of
important.
very
Extrovert.
important.
Being an
Extrovert.
extrovert, yeah, that's the most important. Yeah.
But normally the researcher is not that much extroverted.
Introverts.
You are typically originally extroverted.
Extrovert.
Really?
Yes.
Good.
So yeah, that's what I said in the presentation as well. So every researcher try to be introvert because they want to focus and everything. No, it's not always works. It works in achieving your goal, but on a longer run, being an introvert will not help you academically as well as with the other social side as well. Because as an academic field nowadays, the systems are going like that. 4 or 5 professors join together and apply for a project as making a center project. So that value is higher than applying individually. So in order to do that, you need to have some exposure. Not always friends will help. Yeah.
How about you? You are extroverted?
Actually, I am like mixed, half-half.
Mixed.
Depends on the situation.
Situation.
But I agree.
Yeah.
My professor always tell me try to be more extrovert, so you can have the same communication skill that I have.
Yeah.
So we like
It matters
we
most.
talk the same language
Right.
with him.
So even during my postdoc to the lab which I apply SNU, it's not easy. As you know, I'm from Kyung University. I'm from a different background, molecular background, and the lab which I apply to is they are doing a bioinformatics work, like based on the computer programming and all the stuffs. But whenever I go for the conference, that professor will also come. Professor Yang Tae-jin. Yeah. So he's a postdoc professor. My professor is Professor Yang Dok-chun, PhD advisor. So both of them are two sides of a coin. So one works with the molecular stuff and the other plant breeding and everything. And he works with the plant breeding, but he do a more IT-based, computer-based analysis and everything. So whenever I go for a talk or a presentation, he will also be there. Professor Yang Tae-jin will also be there.
You got a very good supporters around you.
Yeah, I mean, it developed it actually. Even though there is a professor is there listening, even though he asks questions, is how you go forward to communicate with him. So I went with him like couple of times, 3 times or 4 times in all the conferences because Korea is a small country. We go to all the conferences and mostly like professors tend to know each other. Even if you don't know any professor, I always ask questions. If I have a doubt, I suddenly rise up and ask questions. Extroverts help. Yeah. So yeah, that's how it helped me to get into a postdoc position. Yeah.
I have one friend. He is also the master degree in Seoul National University. Is a global talent, but he joined the startup and he's also engineering background. He major of those civil engineering, but he joined as a technical guys in CTO in startup.
Yeah.
And then he is very introverted.
But okay.
He himself also say, I'm very introverted. But when I see that in some kind of a seminars or some gathering, I'm very extroverted. But I am the one who is just stay there. I'm not mingling with the others. But I saw that he is going around and say hello himself, very initiative.
Yes.
So I got very surprised. Oh, maybe I'm relatively introverted. But he always say he's introverted. But I saw that he put his efforts. Yeah, even he's not much socializing well, but he tried hard. So it made me feel very ashamed of myself. I should do this one too.
Maybe I am introverted.
Yeah, so that's what I thought. And I just stand up and I also try to say hello to you and to the stranger. If you are not, I have enough network, and if I don't feel needed, normally you don't need to think about it.
Yeah.
So I would just stay in a sitting after listening some kind of conference, and I was thinking about and summarizing, but that is a very good opportunity because of those people will not be there every day.
Yes.
So once you are attending some conference, it is a very very good opportunity to go and mingle with them.
Actually, yes, yeah. That's true.
But but normally we are just thinking of summarizing, and normally we focusing on that one.
It's not always about the science. You need to talk to guys, professors or in the conference.
That's very true.
So in Japan, when I met an Australian professor, so I just went and talked to him. I liked his research, and he was also extrovert.
You
He
can
was
just
very-
approach like, I like your research.
Yeah. I started that way because I was looking into those kind of research. So then, luckily, I'm from India and he's from Australia, so we talk a common interest, cricket. So we become more in depth with cricket talks and sports talks. So whenever India tour to Australia or Australia tour to India, we message, let's do a bet. Who wins this match? Something like that. Because this will helps you to understand their background, what they, if you become more friendly with them, then they will also share some knowledge to you, which is helpful for you.
But it's kind of a need to have some kind of a courage, braveness to stand up, approach to the strangers and say hello and something awkward mood.
Couple of times it will be stressful. After that, it will become easy.
Okay, so how many times?
Couple of times.
Couple of times.
Yeah, you need to get that things
Practice.
going. Yeah, you need to get that things going. Just move forward. Just
So-
talk. Just say. Just handshake. Just smile.
Yeah, actually, I also have a friend in SNU. He graduated already. So when a professor from SNU went to his country, he went to him, approached him, and he got a master's to come to Korea.
Right.
So he met him in his
Exactly.
country
Exactly.
and invited him.
Exactly.
So I was really surprised how.
People like that. Yeah.
So please try couple of times.
Couple of times.
So
yeah.
you will get used to it.
Just bring that. Just bring that
Courage.
guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on to the next questions. Okay, maybe we try to listen some of the questions from our participants on the chat. So, okay, so first question, how to pick the company related to our expertise in Korea?
It's kind of basic questions. So it's like how I find my research topic. You need to know the companies which are doing similar work whenever you are doing any research. If you don't know how to pick your expertise or how you are moving from your research to companies, so it's a difficult job for you. Nobody will advise you that hey, you need to pick this stuff. No, so it comes from your own experiences, what you are capable of, and what your interest aligns with this.
So how you, I think they would like to know more about how you find this Sujeontek,
Okay.
or how, because you have already known your expertise, then I'm very narrowed down on this area. Then in this case, a very limited company is available and look for the people. Then how this kind of align and matching
So
can happen?
in my case, so I rather than look for the expertise of mine. I look for what I wanted. So if I look for my expertise, I will be a breeder. I will be a smart farm researcher or smart farm breeder or something like that. Of course, I look. I often search for the job in that field as well. But I wanted to see myself after 5 years, like what I will be doing. So if I cannot be a continued breeder, or if I cannot if I cannot develop a new plant or new varieties, then I will become a failure. So I wanted to look beyond that. First, I want to enter into a corporate life. Just now you said like CTO or kind of research assistants, R&D stuff. Initially, I applied for R&D lab, but I become a customer support. So which is kind of interesting stuff. And after customer support, I want to think like, what is my next step? What I can look for? So business development is another avenue which I look. If not Sujan Tech, if some other company which comes with the opportunity of a business development, then probably I would have taken it.
So how you searched it? Like
I searched it, of course.
Searched on the website?
On the website, yeah. On the website, on the job portals. There are plenty of job portals.
So how many times did you apply for?
I applied, I don't apply randomly. I apply very specifically. Yeah, either I apply R&D related roles, customer support, application kind of roles, CTOs, or a related job like how I can use my PhD to get into a field, business development.
So you, rather than checking the size of the company, you are more specifically look for
what
role.
I have, yeah, because that will give you an easier opening. And look into the size of the company. They don't prefer you. Why should they hire you with guys with 10 years of research experience? So simple questions. Yeah. So rather than look for the role what you want to play in a company, then that will become a more easier option. Don't look into the company size. Get into there. Yeah, understand the corporate.
Very good
what
tips.
They are looking in it. What they are looking in you. Then if you cannot adjust to the company, or if the company is not preferring your skill set after you get into the company, then you can always move around.
Is this company, when they open the job on the website, did they say the non-Korean is okay, or they didn't say anything? Or
they didn't say anything. So
but you just apply.
I just apply. I don't remember actually. To be frank, they say even foreigners also okay, because it's a corporate company and it's a listed company, Postdoc listed company. So they don't put something like this.
They don't limit.
Yeah. So it's an opening. So it's always open. So business development, because it's a company is now expanding. So they particularly look to expand into Asia team. So which I feel I have a role over there, because Asia, I'm from Asia, so I have a role over there. Fortunately, the company don't have any representatives in Asia, especially South Asia, like India, Pakistan. Southeast, they have many, but South Asia, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, they don't have any managers to do that. So I fit in there, and I have a PhD. They don't have anybody with a master's or PhD in their team, so it match.
There was a question on the chat previously. Then did they asking you to have a topic level?
They don't ask me to do a topic test yet, but I spoke to them in Korean during interview.
During the interview?
Yeah.
They already could see that.
They see that, okay, this guy can communicate. Frankly, it's very difficult, to navigate inside the, MES portal or, company portal. It's very difficult.
All Korean?
All Korean, yeah. So that's what, the skill set what you have matters most. Yeah. Even though there are translators available, ChatGPT or whatever the stuff's available, it doesn't work in the company website. So internal portal. So
and also, even there is a lot of good technology, that if there is a translator,
of course,
but still those are active communication still in Korean.
Yeah.
Majority is Korean. Actually, you cannot avoid of missing out something if you are using some kind of technology only, right?
But some companies do prefer guys with the topic 2 or 3.
Topic 2 or 3.
3, because it helps them in communicating very well. and
Because
writing something.
I think
mails.
also like the translator, it needs time. So the manager or the director will not wait
Yeah,
for you until
true.
go and then.
Even my directors shame me like you don't speak Korean. Talk to me in English. So I talk to him in English. Because we are doing international business, so it's okay. But if you are doing like a domestic conversation like my friend, which I have done, it's very difficult. You need to straightly
Communicate.
put the wordings.
And especially if the company's client is Korean,
Yeah.
definitely
You
the
need it.
client language should be used.
Of course.
Like you explained
yeah,
before.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, next question. Based on your experience, how does a company see candidates with a postdoc experience? Did they consider it as a working experience, or did they think it is just an excuse for the extending the PhD?
I think we have talked a lot about this question. I think postdoc will be like, it depends on how the company looks into you and what they look in you and what the skills that you have. Not many people look PhD as an experience. I know a CTO who is an MBBS doctor and he has PhD and he become a R&D head director. So it's how the company looks into you.
It's all about campaign.
It's
What
all about
company
company and what company looks in you, like ROI. So if I take this guy, what I will get. You or you can do a company postdoc as well.
In a competency perspective, there are three things. The first one is knowledge, and second one is a skill, and third one is skill. Anything, something else? Okay.
Communications.
Okay, so knowledge and skill, we need to well understand what is differences.
Yes.
So the PhD or postdoc is considered as a knowledge in the industry cases.
Yeah.
So in the industry perspective, oh, you have a postdoc, you have a doctorate degree, or you have a master's degree. That is knowledge. It's not yet skilled. Just like I have a degree. I have some license. License doesn't mean that you can apply in the industry yet.
Right.
So many Korean they have a TOEIC
Okay,
level
okay.
900 over, but they cannot communicate in English. So communicating in English is a skill, and TOEIC 920 degree,
Knowledge.
that is knowledge.
Knowledge, yeah.
So normally the industry view that degree
Knowledge, yeah.
is still remain as knowledge. So you have to find a way how it can be applicable, like with your experience or
Right.
career. Okay, so the next question, there's one questioner asking, like, my PhD is not from Korea. I came here for postdoc. How will it affect my chance of getting industry role?
It will not affect you
Not affect?
unless you don't know Korean. If you have a Korean language, people will hire you.
So
why not?
this means speaking Korean is a higher priority
Of course, yeah.
than your degree.
Yeah, because you have a degree if your company environment can communicate or do well everything in English, you don't face any issue. Provided your position, the position what you apply aligns each other. The skill set what you have, the position you apply aligns each other. If even I know many guys of my friends who don't know much fluent Korean, but they still work in a company as an R&D. Yeah, so it is helpful. It is like a matchmaking programs, right? So the match for the company, the match in you has to align each other. It's like a solving the puzzle. If it is lock and key method, if it matches each other, then it is not a problem. But always having a Korean language skill, it helps you a lot. That's how I ended up in the first company. Otherwise, my boss will not hire me because I know Korean. I can communicate the knowledge, experiments to the customers. Then I become a customer support application scientist. Yeah.
There was one time I met also a foreigner here coming from abroad, he was from India. So I think what made him stronger than others is that in the technical part, he's much stronger than a Korean.
Mm.
So they will choose you if you have a very high advanced
True. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's what I
technical
said.
part.
It's lock and key.
Yeah.
Is the role what the company looks and what you have.
Mm.
If
Yeah.
you can fill that role, they are happy with that.
Compared to a Korean.
Compared to domestic or like
Yeah.
like native people.
Yeah.
If you are we are talking about Korean because we are in Korea, but if maybe people see from others
Yeah.
outside, if you can fill up that particular missing role what they have, you are either technologically strong or sound you are, or you can able to provide a new different product,
Yes.
or you can solve the product to become a commercially successful thing, then yeah, you have a role in industry.
Then this means in vice versa, other way around, we can say that if you have some kind of a talent, if you have some kind of knowledge and you have some skill, then if as an example, like a Korean who has the same level, then you also doctor degree, there's also another doctor degree Korean, and then your language skill is a lack of this Korean, definitely you may not be chosen.
Correct.
So this means that fill the gap, find the place to fill the gap is the important.
Yes.
But Korean also having a very difficult time to get a job is the same
Yes.
situation. So don't take like thinking that you are as a foreigner because of that you cannot get a job. No, it's the same situation.
Yeah.
So to compete with all other job seeker, definitely you need to have some kind of things. But what I think your company having a minds to expand the business to different market, then definitely you have the bigger advantage.
Correct.
You speak English,
Yeah.
you speak Korean, you have the knowledge,
language.
and also you have the expertise, and then definitely also you have experience in your hometown
Right.
or everything. So there is a much bigger advantage compared
Correct.
to the Korean. So definitely you are the person definitely be selected.
Preferred. Yeah.
Chosen.
That's how I get into Susan Tech.
Mm.
Yeah. You rightly put everything together.
Yeah. So that is maybe what I think is many of the researchers, global talents, they trying to find the researching area specifically of their expertise.
Yeah.
In this case, definitely there are somebody else also. So you need to compete with them. But what is your value? You are
Right.
if you are just removing all those different talents that you already have in you,
Yeah.
then competing with expertise only, how this higher employer will see you guys.
Yeah. How you stand up.
Yeah, so you are not standing out.
Yeah.
Even you have a lot of different talent and already you have a value, the English and all this is a very high value because Korean people cannot speak English well. So that is a very good talent. However, if you are just focusing on the development or research area, then definitely all this value cannot be highlighted.
You should be flexible.
So you need to think about that customer development or customer support also can be a part of that you
CTO,
can put in.
support, technical expertise, technical skills. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a field called technical sales. This also helps. Yeah.
Yeah, technical sales is something people think, oh, it is sales, but actually not.
Technical sales.
Very specific in
Yeah.
some area. Only those who knows the technology and engineering part, then they can communicate with the customers.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Next, how to translate academic talents to what industry needed. In many interviews, I found that I am still think as a researcher, not an industry languages. Okay.
Interesting.
Let's good question. And
very
just
good.
now we spoke about that. So it's about what position you are applying. You are applying for a researcher in company. Then if you are missing or if you are not getting preferred, which means that your research is not aligned to an industry standard. Industry standard in the sense like you are not developing any product or your research is not product based. It may be basic research. What I did was basic research. Yeah. So if you are focusing on industry oriented product development or problem solving research, you will be preferred. Yeah. Vice versa, if the company is looking you as someone who can support their commercialization, then they will hire you. That's why we spoke a lot. Yeah, right now. So that's how you can translate your academic to talents to research.
Yeah, I'm working for many company who is doing the business globally. So I also do some of the lectures and training for them. The biggest issue of those, especially those engineering company,
Okay.
or those developing company, they have a lot of those value in them, but they don't know how to do value proposition.
Correct.
They say that, oh, we have this function and we can do this and we can do that and we have so many features and this talented, this quality. They talk about it, but they don't know how to talk that one into the perspective of a client.
Correct.
So they say, for example, I have features of transition very smoothly, but smooth transition is good for what? They don't know how to make this in the perspective of customers.
Customer what
So
they think, yeah.
you can list it up, all the talents or all the things that you can have, and then what is the benefit to the perspective of employer? Then you may have eyes to see how to talk, the language of them. So feature smooth transition is good. Then if in your products, if there is a smooth transition, people may not losing in the middle of the dragging or holding down times like that, because Korean people, they have impatience or something. You can make something languishy in their perspective. So you have tried, you do not forget about your own knowledge and talent, list it up, and then try to convert that one into their language,
So
their problem.
Always companies, for example, my company, the companies I work with, Genesis Bio as well as here. So my bosses used to say like, I want this. Please prepare something to, convey our products in terms of scientific as well as easier perspective. Nobody has a time, this is a Reels era. Everybody wants to finish everything in 10 seconds, 15 seconds, right? So they don't want to read all the manual. They just want a simple picture or a comparison table to easily understand or highlight our products, smartness as well as products future. So I make some kind of table or some diagrams or something like that. So this is where the knowledge comes from the research. You put a complex problem into a simple schematic diagram, and then you explain to the customer, they grab it easily. And nobody has time to listen to your lecture. If you go to a customer side, they hardly give you 20 minutes or 15 minutes of time. So you need to explain everything. If you use all these products, what it will be useful for you. So either it will reduce your time of doing the things, or it will improve your product quality.
Yes.
Yeah?
I like
So
the
those
language.
stuffs, I think only the science guys can do, PhDs or postdocs can do.
Here it comes the role of a
Right,
PhD, of like a researcher mind.
So
You can make everything simple.
I often see many people think, oh, I'm a PhD, how I can do this one. No, it's how you apply the PhD knowledge into the role what you want to play.
Frankly speaking, I also sometimes are visiting and see those conference from the Seoul National Universities. Those are very high level of a professor. Very boring, actually.
Complex.
As an audience, I don't know. Half of them are missing. I don't know what they are talking about.
Including me sometimes.
No, it's about the basic research what they do. So my professor in master's degree, my HOD, he usually says, not all the scientists are good communicators.
Yes.
Not all good communicators are not scientists.
Exactly.
It is how you, sell your product to the customer. So either it can be done in 2 slides rather than 30 slides of complex molecular or whatever structures. So it's difficult.
There's a saying that curse of devils. So once you know that. The curse of knowledge. So once you know too much knowledge,
you put everything.
So you don't know, you cannot understand somebody who doesn't know about it.
Yeah, it's a good point, because even yesterday I spoke to this customer from UAE. So when I was explaining all the details, my director looked at me and said, okay, stop. Then he explained as a business communication way, because he has 30 years of international experience. Then today he called me and said, you put all the slides, who understand? So make it more simpler. If this product, if he wants to sell it as this product,
Mhm.
he's a business guy. He don't explain all those details. So make this slide to communicate to a business oriented, but keep the scientific things in that. So now it comes my role that I need to figure out how to make it simple and then explain to the customer. So this is the role of a PhD guys. I think we solved all the problems. Yeah.
Good. So next questions. If your PhD postdoc work is not relevant to the company job, how can they consider you as a candidate?
I think we are talking. We talked about continuously the same thing. Yeah. So it's about how the company, company look in you and how you use your knowledge to a company perspective.
Because they cannot make a good alignment with your knowledge into this company commercial.
No way.
Because you know better than them.
Even now, I work with some of the clients who wants to pregnancy kits. I don't know anything about pregnancy kit. I know the stuff, basic stuff. I know the knowledge. I know the product. I don't know how to make it as a product. So my R&D team, they know, they are expertise in making the product. If I go on, I cannot go and say that, you adjusted this one and then you can make a better product. No, you cannot do that because they are the expertise in that field. So you get the idea from them and talk to the customer. We are expert in this field. If it is matches, then we can work together. Or if you are, if you give your spec, then we can align our product to your spec. So this is your role. So this is what align your role to a company, what they require.
Wow, a lot of things. I hope you observe it well and not losing any part. And after this, you try to reflect how you apply in your field. That is a very important procedure, not just a stop after this. Okay. Many foreigner PhD graduates leave Korea because it is hard to build a long-term career here. Yeah, that's very sad. What made you decide to stay instead of returning home or going elsewhere? What makes you decide?
Okay, so transitioning from PhD to postdoc is COVID.
COVID.
So you need to accept the truth, pandemic, because I wanted to improve my skill set in my postdoc. I decided after PhD, okay, let's stay until 2 years, and then we look for other countries or upgrade myself. Yeah, COVID strike. This is the reality. Yeah. Then I need to improve the place where I am right now. So I worked a little bit harder to make it as a success. Now there comes a point, money matters.
Money matters.
Yeah, postdoc will not pay you, academic will not pay you much unless you are ended up with a good lab with a budget of more than $50 million.
Government project or
One
something.
project, yeah. So unfortunately, I did not paid well. So I thought, okay, it's time to move on. So I moved from that field to academic. So academic to industry field. Yeah. I also look into academic field. It's not that I did not look into other labs, other universities, but yeah, there comes a stage where I worked too much. I felt like I worked too much with the research. I don't want to go ahead further with research, but still I have the passion in it, like do a research. So how I can apply this one? Then industry is the one way. So I moved to industry. Then from there, yeah, it all happened. Then I started to figure out, okay, industry research, okay, we get into it now. Then what next? Then all the research stuff. Then next is commercialization. You need some business knowledge. So now I'm into business. Yeah.
Did you have any experience that being in industry is making you feel much better than in the field of the research?
In some way, yes. I agree with that. Yeah, in some way, yes. Both in financially as well as
first financially.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth actually. Financially as well as with. I'm a people guy, so I like to talk to people. I don't want to be a lab rat. So even though I was a lab rat, yeah. So I like talking to people to get into a more solutions-oriented research. So in some way, this working in a company helps me to getting into some as I said, my curiosity towards research is not dying yet in me. So if a client is coming with some problem, I try to figure out why this has happened, then find out all the scientific literature and talk to my colleagues, and this is the reason why this is happening, and they liked it, and of course we can try to solve the problems of customers. So this is how it looks.
So,
And many people leave Korea. It's a sad situation. It's either way of adapting yourself to the culture.
culture is the issue, or difficult to get a job is another issue? Which one?
If you adapt to a culture, job will follow you.
There is.
Good words. First one, adapt to the cultures.
Culture, job will follow you.
Job will follow you.
Yeah.
Please contact me. I can.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Okay, good.
you are the expert in that.
Oh,
Yes.
good, good. Opportunity for me.
Of course, yeah.
I think my opinion, like I also relate to this. I wanted to pursue a career in industry, but you always have this like insisting inner voice inside you about research. Like I want to do research, but if you find the industry where you can use the research that you like, I think it will be very good combination, and of course the money. So it's all in one package.
It's all in package.
Yeah.
So it's about the first couple of steps.
Yeah.
Just move forward. Just go into that. And somebody might ask, like, I went to a conference where there is no research guys are coming, no industry guys are coming. I cannot talk to anyone. Of course, in many many conferences they don't come, but they put up a stall. Some companies come and put up a stall. You can go and talk to them. Even they like people. These sales guys, these business guys like people who come and talk with some new idea. You may not know. There may be some CTO presence over there, or researcher over there who like to hear more from you. Then you will be an interesting candidate for them. Then they will, okay, let's try this guy. It always starts with this. Let's try this guy. So first 3 months there is a probationary period. If you like it, continue. If they like it, you will keep continue in the company. If nothing works, then you understand the corporate culture. Then train yourself for that. That's it. Yeah, simple.
So are you also attending many conference and meet many other industry people?
I attended until now maybe 3 times. So my major is Earth and Environmental Sciences. So as he said, if you go to this kind of conferences, especially in Korea, you will meet always the same people.
Yeah.
Because just the same scientists in the same field again and again. But since I am like 3rd year, maybe like 4th or 5th year, I will get to like interact with other people.
You need to do more such.
Yeah, for like the next step.
Yeah,
but since I am still like, especially the 1st year and 2nd year, I was focusing on the coursework. So I was going there just like to see how like posters are written, or like what kind of research question I can have. Or
Foundation is must.
Yeah.
And then there are a lot of conference and societies. There is some gathering, but that is open to anyone actually.
Exposed.
Yeah.
Only limited information access. So once you get to know about this information, I also master degree. There's always email me, and also once you are subscribed of something, because they want to have a more audience.
Of course, yeah.
yes,
People not coming, right?
Yeah,
So they want to have a more and more audience. Then if you can have those information, try to find and get the information, you can attend there, not only for the purpose of the research or knowledge, for the networking.
Yes.
Because you have advantage. Everybody see you, wow.
Yeah.
This is becoming a very international conference or society.
Exactly right.
Make them happy.
Sell yourself.
Yeah, so that is you are more standing out.
Yeah.
Then sometimes you may feel like because I'm a foreigner, but that can be a disadvantage, but that can be a big advantage.
Yes.
So try to make use of those in that kind of situation. So once you are there, people will be really happy. Wow.
All the focus will be on you.
Yeah,
this
is a global conference.
That's
This
really
is only
true,
within our departments. Now, wow, become global.
Also, there is another point. During the conferences, sometimes the companies put their boots.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So it's
Boots and
really
stuff,
interesting to put your CV, even if
okay.
like for other.
That's a more straightforward rejection.
Yeah.
More straightforward rejection. If you put
Oh,
CV
really?
directly, you can talk to them first. Yeah, what they are doing. Yeah, unless you know the company very well, then you can hit to the point. Okay, they are doing this work. They don't have anybody to fulfill my role. Then I can go there.
Not just submitting. You have to find out the gap.
If you go straight away and say like, hey, buy this one, nobody will buy. You need to.
What problem do you have? Like that?
Yeah, not like that. Talk to them. Okay, I am doing this stuff. I see your product is really good, for example, or your technique is really good.
Compliment first.
Of course. Yeah, you need to, whenever you talk to anybody, just say like, I'm looking for a job. I need to find something.
Yeah, so
They will
go
say,
away.
like, okay, find yourself. Better luck next time.
Go away.
You need to actually, expose yourself. That's why I give an example of my postdoc advisor. So I just talk to him. I just ask questions, and whenever I present, he listens because his work is related to my PhD work. He's also working with the same thing. So it's like a mutual communications first.
So not like just to try to sell much. Like somebody come.
You should sell yourself
in a smart way.
In a smart way.
Without knowing, without the other party knowing that.
Fill in the gap of them.
So if you meet a couple of times, if they know each other, like, oh, this girl or this guy came, then you can say, okay, do you have any positions or do you think I can fill you in that way? Yeah.
It's like a communication skill session.
Extrovert.
Please try to be more extroverted. Yeah. And then try not to sell first yourself. Try to find the problem that you can solve. Then approach to them. Yeah. They will open the door.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Okay. So thank you very much for all those questions. That I hope that you can get the answer and try to apply that one into your opportunities and in your field. I really hope that one. Okay. Thank you for being here. We hope this talk will be helpful for you. And let's hear a quick closing comments from our speakers and the panelists. How was it?
Ladies first.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you so much for this very insightful session. I was always like thinking between whether I pursue a postdoc or industry after my PhD. So I think I need to, as you said, like sit down and see what I can do, what I cannot, and what company like needs me, what gap I can fill. So thank you so much for the speech today, and hopefully we'll have other like talks with KIRD in the future.
Yeah.
Wow, great.
Yeah. So that I think summarizes. That's why I asked her to go first, because she's in the PhD right now and they're looking for the transition. So it's always like what if somebody is there, guide me to all the way in career. So everybody thinks that it's not happening anymore. So it's about all in your own way. You need to find yourself, like where I can fit into it and how I can navigate it, because this generations are changing, the times are changing very well. So you need to find yourself, figure out like what I am capable of first. That's most important. You cannot ask anyone to lift a mountain without having a good body structure. It's something like that. You need to have a build up to your career. So it does not happen all the way around. Of course, for somebody it will happen straightforward. Yeah, but most of the people, you need to move it step by step, and every time you need to figure out like what I can do first, what I can do next. After 2 years what, after 3 years what, something like that. Then it will be really helpful. I think for audience listening and for everyone, this is a very good session. I enjoyed it really. And I believe KIRD will keep continuing doing it. Maybe not once a month or twice a month, maybe every 2 weeks once, so that you will get a more broader idea, knowledge and everything. So I'm very happy to be here. And although we couldn't solve many questions asked by listeners or people who applied so far, but we so far covered most of the things by the small talks.
And I
you.
always hoping for those participants will sit on here as a speaker someday.
Right.
So I really hope that you get a job in the future and apply for the speaker on this, and then you will be our speaker next time.
Right.
So that's what I every time asking you get this dream to be true, coming true. Okay, so I'd like to sincerely thank you, our speakers and the panelists for sharing their valuable experience and information today with us. And I would like to also thank you all of you joining us today and the active participations and the questioning and all these things. So I love that. Before we officially conclude today's seminar, I'd like to once again remind you about our special session. There is a session about visa. So from graduation to employment and the long-term settlement, that is the title. So you will hear a lot about those visa application and all these things. So those updated information will be really helpful for you. So if you are interested in that one, please feel free to stay and join that one. So thank you again for participations, and we hope to see you again at our future events. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.